Yes, I am, babe.
The Ultimate FNaF Security Breach glitch compilation once again.
Yes. Next Monty, please! Alpha Monty is the boss fight Monty, which I explained really well in this video. Essentially, he's coded to just 180 and leave the player alone every once in a while, otherwise he would catch them too easily. Finally, we have Afton Mini Monty, the only natural case of Creeper Mini Monty. While DJ Music Man was chasing me
That's interesting.
in the huge room with all the arcade machines, instead of turning left into the bot repair room, I kept going forward and went back to the rest of the arcade. When I went back in, I couldn't repair the head, and when I checked my missions, it had put me back on the mission of flipping the 3 levers, but it said I had -1 pulled, assuming that the game unflipped all the levers and counted the software update lever into the count.
Wait, what?
Why are there 2 DJ Music Mans? Because they put a trigger on the stairs to have one walk on the wall, neglecting the fact that they already had one on the stage. Also, this happens if you run too far after escaping it.
Oh my
And of
God.
course, he can't kill you in Freddy, so he'll just mosey on past. Apparently his jump scare wasn't supposed to fade to black, so they fixed that. Only 4 glitches on a completely 100% scripted enemy.
Wow.
Well done. Also, this isn't a bug, but like, really?
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm just letting it happen. I'm dead.
Wait, what? How did he not see you?
No. I'm not here. I'm not here.
Is Moon blind or something?
I'm not
Probably.
Here.
That's a bit confusing.
Moon very regularly gets stuck in all versions of the game in the daycare. But to be fair, he can't be duplicated. Sometimes he can just make his way through the daycare structures, but it looks scuffed, to say the least. If you unload the daycare during gens, he can escape the daycare, which is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in the game, and woefully underused. The daycare is the only place where Moon is a hunting animatronic. For every other night sequence, he just teleports near you and kills you if one of 3 conditions are met. 1, you touch him, 2, you run out of time, or 3, you stare at him too long, which I didn't know. And because
Yeah, that one I already knew.
it totally makes sense and looks good.
That looks
He
very
can kill you
weird.
while you're in Freddy. I bet if you played Security Breach, you thought that you could hear Moon invisible around you sometimes. That's because every time Moon despawns, because you've finished the generators or gotten a charging station, wherever the game had him last standing, they just forgot to make his sound effect disappear, in addition
Yeah, that is pretty weird.
to his model disappearing. Somebody missed a check mark on a box, and now it will permanently sound like Moon is vibing in that exact spot despite him being gone. I love how just we have 2 ambient, like, broken sound effects. We have Freddy running, and we have Moon.
That is pretty weird. This is not repeated. He kept going back and forth.
Leave me alone.
What the hell's wrong with this guy?
Leave me alone.
Blue.
TVA Moon, or Time Variance Authority Moon, is when Moon punishes time travel, which is really easy to do since missions change the time and most missions can be triggered out of order fairly easily. Essentially, if you skip too much time while entering a darkness sequence, Moon's timer gets messed up and instantly kills you. This can also happen when you play the game in backwards boss order and skip the nighttime sequence.
Huh.
Very niche situation. Once when I went into Sun's room, I could just walk through about half the objects. Sun is the most underused animatronic in the game because if you do the slide clip, his existence in the game is only wee-woo, wee-woo. If the first thing
Dear God.
you do is go and get the flashlight upgrade, Sun will often be stuck in a permanent crouching state. Sad Sun. Like Moon, Sun can get stuck on the triple stack of cans, and getting caught by him in this condition is a softlock. If you bring the camera into the daycare, which can be done without cheats, flashing Sun will give you bald Sun and kill you. What?
What the hell?
Oh god.
That's cursed.
I've even done
I need to
speedruns
try
of this,
that.
but it's only dawning on me how unbelievable it is that you can take a normally passive NPC, shave its head, and make it kill you. Maybe Sun was once meant to be used for more. By leaving the daycare, Sun can be fairly easily duplicated since the daycare checks if Sun's in there and will replace it if missing. Escape sons will always find you no matter where you are and grab you exactly once, before just becoming your permanent bodyguard. Better explained in this video.
Oh my god.
Sadly, you can't take these sons through the game with you because mission objectives delete them. It's also possible that Sun grabs you and can never put you down, soft locking you, and also it can unload the daycare and knock you into the void. Also,
very glitchy.
Also, you can get Sun and Moon at the same time. That's cool. Vanessa is similar to Vanny, except even less of her exists. We have her walking past the window and disappearing, having the player believe that she just walked straight through a fence.
Somehow, yeah, that's like shit. What is Vanessa Houdini or some shit?
What?
Probably.
Having her lecture Freddy, which you can just cancel by starting the repair, and the only actively hunting Vanessa, which you might just miss if you weren't looking for, and it can be duplicated. Going up and down Roxy's elevator hits the trigger to spawn Vanessa in over and over, creating many white women. Her kill box is always active, even during scripted cutscenes where you can't possibly interact with her. She's only part of gameplay once, and yet half the endings are based on her Lamau. The endos are probably the most functioning moving animatronic, and I think the game really shines here. Except this guy, who is maybe supposed to be gone when you come back through, but sometimes he's there, and often he's broken. Endos can be camera cancelled, and if you lead the pack back to the entrance, they, to be honest, I don't really know what this is. They just kind of disappear.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
Apparently also the endos in Afton's lair were supposed to activate, but they never did. It makes the path to the pizzeria actually pretty cool. It was fixed pretty recently. I got seen by one of the millions of security bots on the walkway above Pirate's Cove. The game spawned in rocks on the opposite side of the glass barrier, so she was pretty much just floating in the air. I flicked my flashlight on and off once, and it just stunned her for no reason, when I didn't even have any of the other shit unlocked yet. That
Wait, what?
one still baffles me. Lol. Oh yeah, 10 FPS robots. Before the lighting fix in the patch, staffbot jump scares, which of course were super common, lowered your brightness to default, which just looked ridiculous in game. Their flashlights are not representative of their jump scare reach, and still aren't, despite a fix. This staffbot by Monty Golf just sat there in sadness before the patch. This one in Bonnie's Bowl still does, perhaps reminiscent of the cut bowling minigame. Bot's only purpose is to call Roxy cheek.
If there was a bowling minigame in this game, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
The game is still great, I will say that, but I mean, it had so much potential that just wasn't completely all there.
Yeah, she could have been better.
Could have done better, but I still love the game.
Or Monty.
Same here.
So if for whatever reason none are able to come, getting caught does literally nothing. The most consistent example of this being the muddy bot in front of the pizzeria, which is
Bro looks angry. That's probably just all the moss on him, though.
never capable of calling anyone and effectively useless. This staff bot in Roxy Raceway perpetually opens and closes this door. Fantastic. The ones in Roxy's salon can get stuck together and instead of covering ground by moving one at a time, move as a pack. Also, their hitboxes go through walls, which sucks. I'd also like to point out that in many areas of the game, there are no wandering animatronics. This means that if it weren't for staff bots calling them to action, many areas of the game would be completely bare. Oh yeah, also getting seen by bots at the same moment you do other actions can have strange ramifications.
What in the world?
If you
You're literally ascending, my guy.
get too close to mop bots, they'll permanently wave at you. Also, this mop bot in Taco Time is pretty scuffed.
Hold on tight to that broom now.
Afton is only capable of standing there, walking left or right, and high-fiving a computer screen. But if you hit him with the camera, he can kill you by
High-fiving a computer screen. I like how you worded that.
shoving you into the ground. Otherwise, there is no Afton jump scare. The blob obviously just stands there, but also has no sideways collision, so you can just walk inside of it. However, it does have top collision, so you can safely land on top of it with Gregory. it can be camera cancelled, and it disappears if you fall out of bounds in the Afton fight and return to the pizzeria.
My goodness.
Shattered Chica still makes labored breathing noises, which should be impossible considering the fact that she doesn't have a proper voice box anymore.
That's also another fair point. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, babe.
Yeah.
They'll even play over her robotic noises sometimes. Chica is the most complicated animatronic, because while Monty's behavior is obviously just differently coded Monty's, Chica is actually the same throughout the game, but still manages to be a mess.
Yeah.
She's also the most present animatronic, and her destroyed form is still a threat. Her guitar riff plays even if she's not in her room. She's supposed to dramatically knock away these boxes, but usually just rides them. Anyone who has played the game has run into Chica's perma-teleport, a staple of Security Breach, and I don't know if it's intended, but getting
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yep.
caught by a bot or whatever will have Chica spawn behind the player similar to Roxy. Unlike Roxy, if you continue to move away without looking back, she will continue to spawn behind you over and over, in a stunned state, so she won't move for about 2 seconds, giving you time
Yeah, she does look stunned for a minute.
to run and get teleported on again. Looking back breaks the cycle, but if you mistime your turn, you'll see Chica disappear and she'll be behind you again. She can also do late teleports, which I don't fully understand. To my knowledge, it's when you get caught and there's something blocking her from spawning behind you, so the game will just wait and try a bit later.
That's weird.
Yep.
Sometimes very later, to spawn her behind you when you think you're safe. In the Showtime sequence, Chica roams the top floor but gets removed when you put on the disc. This can look pretty dumb.
Chicken?
When you're doing Pizza Bot, Chica bangs in the door, and if you fail to make the pizza, presumably bursts in and kills Gregory. But it doesn't quite work like that, because instead, the door just opens and Gregory is teleported to her kill box. If you finish the pizza, Chica won't be removed from banging on the door for a moment. So if you're quick enough, you can still die to her while she's supposed to be over in the kitchen eating pizza. Here's the
Wow.
ridiculous, real, non-bugged Chica sequence that Steel Wool wants us to take seriously.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Chica can be duplicated in 2 ways. If you do it the raw Roxy way, any Chicas you spawn will be permanently stuck and useless. But you can also do it in the kitchen late game. In fact, sometimes the game will just spawn 2 Chicas down there without performing any exploits here.
What the frick is happening?
Whoa, there's your best friend, babe.
Wow. Yeah, like 10 or 20 of them.
Because it feels like it. And you can be killed by Chica while in the cutscene where you kill Chica. Kinda like the raptors from Jurassic Park. There's a version of Chica you can activate in 2 places that can hunt you down in Freddy. Goes hella fast and her neck goes bonkers. Unfortunately, these Chicas are limited to their respective areas. Chica for the most part can't be camera cancelled, except her movement will break if you use the camera on her in the Afton fight. Despite the small novel I just wrote on Chica, she's fairly functional, and is the most dangerous animatronic in the game, besides Gigamonty.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably gonna end it there. We had so much fun in filming it.
Yes, you did, babe.
So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. Be sure to enjoy making it. So yeah, remember to stay awesome. Remember, bye.
Peace.
Alright.